So, ViVi, you find yourself walking down the halls of Fort McNally in your full ViVi getup, but you're wandering towards the auditorium. It's a bit later after school and fewer students are around, so there's less threat of you being mobbed by the student populace, although that does happen less than it did right after the gig, thankfully.
That's good.
Yeah. People are getting a bit more used to having rhythmics in their midst at this point. But yes, you did still wait until a little bit later after school just to be on the safe side. But you end up going towards the auditorium, where a certain drama club president is going to be doing some later evening work on the school's current production of Macbeth.
I just go find Yasmin working on the production stuff and say, Yasmin?
Oh, yeah, and she turns around and she's got like one of those like dress mannequins in front of her as she's doing it up in like a fancy doublet, or at least fancy as high school budgets go. She pulls like a pin out of her mouth and puts it in a pin cushion. It's like, oh, hey, yeah, hi, ViVi. Yes, what's up?
Well, first of all, I wanted to ask you for costuming advice, but I also we haven't really talked since that whole gig, and you really helped all of us out in preparing for that. So, thank you.
Fair. I guess I know that you've probably been pretty busy with all the attention you've been getting, and we've been busy ourselves getting all of this together. And she gestures to the other costumes that are strewn about on tables and chairs and like sets that are halfway in the process of being built. There's a few other kids who are working on the sets like further away from you. And she's working again on this doublet thing. You're kind of near, probably closer to like the back of the auditorium near the tech area where a lot of the storage is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I say, yeah, that's good. Yeah, we've been pretty busy as well. I also wanted to apologize for the way I acted, have acted when we've interacted before.
I think she takes a moment and she gives you a bit of a nod and she says, I appreciate that. Thank you. I know that things aren't always easy doing what y'all do, but I do really appreciate you saying that. Thank you, ViVi.
Look, this is kind of awkward, but look, last year I didn't really have the confidence to be who I really was, but you were always so confident and cool, and I was really envious of you, and I kind of thought when I thought I'd find a way to be cooler than you, to be cooler, gother, and more popular. And so when we met, after the start of this year and all the stuff with the clubs that I, didn't know the full context of, I was ready to fight, but it just turns out you're also way nicer than I thought as well. And so, yeah, thank you for working with the Idol Club, even though I was being shitty as well.
And Yasmin does take another moment at that, because it is a lot to take in at once for her.
Mm-hmm.
She, after a moment, she does give you a bit of a smile and says, well, first off, you have fantastic taste in rivals, what can I say? And she gives you a little, like, flounce of her, like, floofy black dress, and she reaches for she's used to having her parasol with her, but it's off to the side right now. So she kind of reaches to the empty air for a second, then realizes, oh, wait a second. Goes over a little bit further to the table, grabs her parasol, and gives it a little spin. But yeah, no, I thank you for saying that. I didn't know that was how you felt about it all. I know that I can be a little bit much sometimes myself, and I don't always give off the impression that I'm a nice person to work with. I do apologize as well if I've been too harsh to you too. And this is clearly very awkward for her, but she's like, she knows that this is very genuine for you and she wants to be genuine in return. But she says, I don't know that I knew you necessarily last year, but
you wouldn't have.
I should ask, do you want Yasmin to mention any of like Valerie's like transition or like anything like that, or do you want to keep that out of this conversation for now?
I think it's fine for her to mention that.
Okay.
But Valerie like would have absolutely not would have like I don't think that she would. I don't want her to like have recognized Valerie because Valerie was very much like keeping her head down and trying not to be noticed the previous year.
Right. Okay. So she might not mention it anyway in that case. If she really just doesn't know who Valerie was last year. So let me just see. Where was I? She says, "Yeah. Well, I didn't. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I did. I don't think I saw you last year, but you've certainly like stepped out this year. That's for sure, and made a bit of a splash. Let's say. And I would be lying if I said I wasn't like." If I didn't at first feel a little bit threatened, there aren't that many other fancy goth kids at Fort McNally. And it feels petty to say, but it does feel like my thing. And when I first saw you around, it did sting a little bit to like, oh no, she's biting my style kind of thing. But getting to know you and getting to know the rest of your club and working through everything, especially working through everything with Karen and y'all helping us work that out with her, I think has been really good for us. And really, you've got your own thing going too with it. Like, I try to go for more of the like the regal, like lacy and posh sort of look, whereas you've got more of, I feel like you've got more of like an aggressive, cute thing. I want to say, I don't know if that's what you're going for, but that's what I get from you. Is that inaccurate to say?
Yeah, and like Vivi's like blushing a little, which is more or less. I also just watch a lot of anime, so that's where I got a lot of influence from.
She looks left and she looks right, and she gestures you to come into the storage closet with her.
I do.
She shuts the door tight and turns on the little like string light in the room and says, "What's your favorite show?"
Oh, review Starlight. It's kind of slow, but it's got really, really incredible fight scenes.
And she said, "Oh, I knew it. I've heard of it. I need to watch it. I've been like my friends in my forum have been telling me to." No, kids don't use forums. Everyone online has been telling me to watch it. But I really drew a lot of inspiration from stuff like Vampire Night and from like a lot of the Visual Kei J-Rock type stuff. Like I feel like I shouldn't be embarrassed about it, especially with like the everything, and she gestures down to herself, but I was kind of used to being made fun of for it in junior high, so it still feels like kind of weird to talk about publicly.
Yeah, I totally get that. I also didn't realize that you felt embarrassed about watching anime too. That
yeah,
I feel like I'm stumbling. Dana, am stumbling too much because I can't finish the sentence.
Oh, fair. I think they're both stumbling over each other right now. I think they're both just awkward anime nerds.
Oh yeah, for
realizing that they're both awkward anime nerds.
They realize they can like stop posturing and geek out together.
Yeah. She asks you if you've like what shows you've watched and what manga you've read, and you definitely go over some titles that we can definitely name off the top of our heads right now. But anyway, she coughs at one point. Is like, anyway, that's kind of off topic to what you came here for, I'm sure. But definitely watch some of those. Anyway, it sounded like you were coming here for you said costume stuff, right? And she gestures behind her in the storage room too. The conveniently rows of costumes on hangers that are in the storage room.
Yeah, I've been thinking about changing up my idol outfit, actually.
Her eyes sparkle at that, like, oh really now? Do tell.
Well, it's just this outfit is kind of, I mean, I sort of came up with it, but it was also sort of had designers from my studio working on it, and it kind of got, I feel like it got kind of simplified, and I don't know, I'm not very good at coming up with visual designs anyway, so I thought I would want to sort of make it more my own, but you also, know goth fashion really well, and so I figured you would have good input.
Oh, well then. Oh, this is exciting. And she strokes her chin a bit as she looks at you. Well, I can definitely tell you why they would have done that. Like, it is a really striking, like, it may be simplistic, but it strikes a really, like, memorable silhouette, and the fit is just fabulous on you, of course. Like the stark accents of purple and white against all the black, like that works. I will say, watching you perform, like here in the auditorium and at the Stormlight, I said that what you give off is kind of like an aggressive cute. I will say this outfit never quite brought that out as much as maybe I felt like it could have. Like, it feels like there's more to you that you could be showing off visually that this outfit isn't doing for you. So maybe that's something we can build on.
Yeah, I was thinking, I mean, when I'm not transformed, I like, more casual, like almost punk goth, and I kind of want to maybe bring more of those elements into it.
For sure. I've seen you in like, she realizes, wait a minute, am I supposed to tell you that I know who you are in real life? She says, wait, so you're, are you who I think you are in that case?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm Valerie,
okay.
To be clear.
Okay, yeah, definitely seen you around. I'm just trying to remember, like, because I know I've seen you around. I do have an eye on the other goths in school. I know I've seen you wearing a lot of, like, fishnet, like, leggings and tops and whatnot. It seems like that really works for you. Like, maybe that's something we can start with. Is there a way we can work, like, a fishnet design into this, maybe somewhere? And she starts rooting around through, like, maybe, like, stuff from an old production of Cabaret.
Yeah, and I've been thinking, everyone else in the group has a jacket. I feel like, I don't know what kind of jacket would look good with this outfit, but I feel like I should have a jacket.
Oh, yeah. I told you once that you would look good in like a piratey type skirt. I don't think, on thinking about it, at least with the rest of the group, I don't know if that's the direction to go, but like that style of jacket with the lapels, I feel like you would look really, really cool in.
Oh, yeah.
Like, is that something you've maybe considered before? Like, I could see, like, if you wanted to keep some of the ruffles, you could have those around the edges of the lapels, and she's still digging through boxes and pulling out, like, frilly ribbons and, like, trying to match them against different coats that are on hand in the room, none of which look quite right, but, like, you get the idea of what she's looking at.
Well, I mean, I definitely still want to have the black and purple and ribbons. That's part of the identity, and also and she like reaches out and one of her ribbons like reaches out and grabs one of the like piratey skirts and snaps it back to her hand, and she's so I also want to have more ribbons, if anything.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think, like I said, the black with the purple accents works really well for you, and I don't want to take that away from you, so I think that's good to keep in mind. Let's see. What else? Ribbons. And she starts pulling out ribbons and putting them in various places around you, on the front, on the back, and just seeing what, like, what inspires her, basically. And you take a few minutes doing that and sort of hemming and hawing over various ideas.
Yeah, and then ViVi will also just, like, transform her outfit to, have a jacket.
Right. And that startles her at first because she's not used to this happening when she costumes other drama kids.
Oh yeah, sorry. Honestly, it's the best part of having powers. Hands down.
I'm so jealous, God. I mean, there's a tactility to costume making that I really enjoy, but also it would just be really helpful to just be able to manifest the clothes and see what they'll look like before I sew them together.
I mean, I could like model some clothes for you if that would help too.
If her eyes were sparkling earlier, they're like brilliant diamonds now. Like, that would be amazing. If you could, like, I have, like, a collection of stuff that I've made in the past that maybe would fit you. If you want to have, like, maybe, like, a Gothic Lolita photo shoot sometime, like, I would be down for that.
Yeah. I mean, I would, like, I think I would have to clear it before any of those photos would go online, but I would love to just...
Oh, they don't even have to go online. I just want to, like, have cool pictures. Like, you could just have some of those pictures too.
Yeah, I'd love to just try on whatever styles you want to see.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, just having the photo reference is going to be helpful enough, like, without even having to put them up anywhere. And, like, I just... and she, like, just... I don't want to say swoons, but, like, she puts her hands together like she's just really enjoying what she's doing. She just says, like, I just... cosplay and cosplay photography and just all of this, like, the J fashion scene, it's all just, like, really just it's really fun. Like, that's why I do it. So yeah, if you're up for it, like, totally let me know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to. I didn't really have the confidence to kind of try on any of these clothes before, and now I mostly just do it professionally, so that sounds like fun.
Yeah, it sounds like something that you would probably have fun with too, like, outside of work, I guess. And she, like, rolls her eyes a bit.
I think she just nods and, like, maybe almost not realizing that she's saying it out loud, says, like, just like Tomoyo. I think it takes her a second, but then she starts laughing with you. Yep, no, totally. Absolutely. I will. Guilty as charged. Tomoyo Daidoji in the house, sorry,
right here.
I didn't mean. Okay, sorry.
Or did ViVi say that out loud to her?
No, she did. I said she didn't realize she was saying it out loud.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, for sure, that's just her reaction then. Like, it takes her a sec to realize that you've said that. Like, it does for a lot of things, because I think she's just not used to, like, having, like, an in real life friend who likes a lot of the same things that she does. So it takes her a sec to realize that, like, someone is actually, like, saying an anime reference that she understands.
Yeah, no, ViVi is very similarly, like, not used to having someone pick up on, older magical girl anime references like that. Either.
Yeah,
so.
well, these kids have probably seen it on Netflix at this point. It's pretty available.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, no, she likes your Tomoyo reference. And in true Tomoyo fashion, pulls, like, a dress off the hanger and twirls it in your direction. It's like, how about something like this? And it's got, like, some, like, layered skirt fluffles on the bottom, kind of like more like a traditional idol costume. Like it's very like bright and frilly, but it's something that you could clearly modify to fit your style, maybe.
Yeah, maybe black, but with the purple trim.
Yeah, like just totally like invert this color scheme, basically.
Yeah. And then she just magics her outfit and does that.
Yeah. That looks even better than I was expecting. Oh, you know what would really even like make this look even cooler? Because you've got what's his name? Elementum in your group has those big combat boots. If you're wanting to match other members of your group, I think boots sort of in that vein would look really good with this outfit.
Yeah.
And as you complete the look, you have, again, this sort of like, as described, you have this sort of more punk gothic Lolita look that has this similar color scheme to what you've been wearing up to now, but you have like the jacket with the lapels, you have this layered skirt with the purple accents, you have like a nice bow on the front of the jacket with where your ribbon can still be used, you have ribbons in your hair still, you have your fishnet stockings, and you have these imposing, cool-looking combat boots, and you keep the white accent with your white gloves, and by the time you're done, you look absolutely fabulous. You're ready to absolutely kill.
This outfit was designed by my friend Deidi, who's on Twitter at Frobitey, Phrobitey, and as a commission for me. So she did excellent work, and you should check out her work.
Yes, we'll link to the commission itself in the show notes of the episode for you to go look at. It's a really killer picture, and just this design is incredible. I love this for her.
Yes, absolutely.